Sawadee krap, I'm JP Mestanza. It's Friday, September 6th. We've made it to the end of the week. You're watching Phuket Xtra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. If you've driven near the Samkong area recently in northern Phuket town, just after the bypass road, you know that there are roadworks going on just beside the Lotus's outlet there. Well, workers left a giant pit in the ground that saw a car plunge right into the hole, and 3 people in the car are lucky to escape without serious injury. The accident took place shortly before 10 p.m. on Thursday, and when police arrived with rescue workers, they found a silver Toyota Camry sedan stuck in the mud inside the large hole, which was excavated to install large drains beside the Lotus's shopping center. The large concrete drains installed in the bottom of the deep pit was struck by the front of the car. Luckily, all 3 people inside the vehicle suffered only minor injuries, according to reports. Police say that the driver was unfamiliar with the road as he had just arrived in Phuket to start work. No mention was made by authorities of any action to be taken against the construction crew who left a giant hole in the middle of a busy road, or what action would be taken to cover it all up when crews were not at the site. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Police are investigating the death of a Chinese woman who plunged 10 stories off of a resort in Karon early Friday morning. The incident took place shortly before 4 a.m. this morning at a Karon beach resort that was not named by police. Authorities found the body of a 34-year-old Chinese national, Zhu Kei, on the ground when they arrived, and her body was taken to Vashida Phuket Hospital for a post-mortem examination. Police say she was staying at the resort alone on the 10th floor. So far, police did confirm that they have taken in a Tunisian man for questioning, though police are still investigating. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. There was no time to rest on ceremonies for Phuket's new governor on his first official day in office, as a delegation of local merchants descended on Provincial Hall on Thursday, demanding their grievances be heard and dealt with. Newly appointed Governor of Phuket, Sopon Suwanaran, arrived with his wife on Tuesday to replace retiring appointed Governor Narong Wuncheo. Just 2 days after he arrived, a group of disgruntled merchants representing some 40 or so vendors at Surin Beach on the west coast of Phuket submitted a letter of complaint to him. They arrived on Thursday morning at Phuket Provincial Hall requesting his help. The letter explained that 20 years ago, vendors were allowed to set up shop and make a living at Surin Beach, with appropriate taxes being paid to the local Oboto and Chengtale. But when the military, led by former Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha, took power and ousted the elected civilian government of Thailand in 2014, they abolished everything on Surin Beach, demolished all the structures there, and notice boards were installed detailing the closure and restrictions, claiming that the beach was a, quote, virgin beach because the late King Rama IX visited Surin Beach decades ago. The letter further explained that during COVID-19, villagers who were desperate to provide for their families had returned to the site to sell goods to residents and the few tourists stranded in Phuket at the time. However, shortly after that, a group claiming to be from the Internal Securities Operations Command, or ISOC, the political arm of the Royal Thai Armed Forces, the military, had intervened and ordered the vendors to vacate, despite not possessing or presenting any form of official documentation or identity cards to the merchants. It was also stated that the same so-called ISOC team were scheduled to return to the site again this week to demolish any shop structures that were still remaining at Surin Beach. As such, the group requested assistance from Governor Sopon to cancel those orders, to delay the demolition of shops until a solution could be found, and to include villagers in discussions related to an appropriate solution so they can pay taxes fairly and correctly. They also asked for clarification on the regulation on the use of public toilets and similar facilities at Surin Beach. After receiving the letter on Thursday, in response, Governor Sopon explained that he needed to thoroughly check all the facts and liaise with all relevant departments to ensure all parties and operations are in accordance with related laws and regulations, and to get up to speed to what's going on in Phuket. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
I was sure that it'll be easier to clear you from my mind. I wish you fall out from the window, take a bad trip to the ground. Ooh. Ain't been the pleasure, see your pressure just before you break a bone.
Thailand's largest private healthcare group, Bangkok Dusit Medical Services, BDMS, which operates Bangkok Hospital Phuket, is reportedly going to invest 300 million baht to open the Phuket Cancer Center, the first radiotherapy service not just in Phuket, but in the whole Andaman region. The project was announced by the BDMS Group 6 CEO this week. He explained that a 2021 study by the National Economic and Social Development Council found that cancer and tumors are the highest cause of death for Thais over the past quarter century, and this only increases annually. Those living in Southern Thailand are especially at risk, he says, and given that most radiotherapy service centers, which provide treatment for this deadly disease, are found on the southern east coast, a radiotherapy service in the Andaman area, specifically Phuket, is necessary. Located at Bangkok Hospital Siriraj on the bypass road, the center will cover an area of 1,030 square meters and will include a slew of treatments with specialized radiation oncologists. Construction on the new Phuket Cancer Center is already underway, with service set to be ready by the end of next year. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Just days after a teenager went on a shooting rampage that killed 2 people and injured 5 others at a popular mall in Bangkok, officials in the cabinet say they will deploy Thailand's mobile phone emergency warning system sometime in the next 12 months. Reports say that talks are already underway with the National Broadcasting and Telecommunications Commission to implement the new cell phone emergency warning system, dubbed the CB Alert System, and to coordinate with mobile phone service providers. Development and testing on the CB Alert System is set to take 6 months to 1 year to complete. It would allow emergency warnings to be sent to all devices connected to mobile networks in a specific target area. The Digital Economy and Society Minister Prasad says that he'll propose the setting up of a new National Warning Center to the Prime Minister to inform the public of emergency situations as they happen, though the Premier would have to decide which agency would be in charge of that. Concerns for implementing the CB Alert System were spurred after Tuesday's shooting at the Siam Paragon shopping mall by a 14-year-old Thai teenager that left 2 people dead and 5 others injured. For more, visit the link in the description. Thank you so much for ending your week with us and joining us today on this Friday edition of Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. Have a great weekend out there, stay safe, and we'll see you back here next week. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000 and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.